Well, good evening, folks. It's Richard Gene, the fishing machine here. You know, one of my favorite ways to catch crappie in the wintertime. When it comes to wintertime fishing for crappie, well, it's going to be an underspin. Now, this particular one, I use 2 or 3 different types, but this is a little 1/16 of an ounce Roadrunner with a little Indiana blade. It has a size 6 hook in it, and what I have on it is a crappie magnet. Now, despite ever who makes the underspin that you're going to purchase, despite it, what you need to look for before you buy an underspin is right here where the components comes together. If you see any overspray, as far as paint overspray, like this is white on this particular one, on this particular head, if you see any overspray right here on your swivel, don't buy the bait. Why? Well, because it freezes the swivel up and the spinner won't spin properly. This bait right here, that is very important for an underspin, for the spinner to spin. But now, as far as bank fishing from a bank or a boat, this is a great way in the wintertime to locate crappie, to locate and catch crappie. You can cover a lot of water with this bait, eliminate bad water very quickly, whether you're on a river system, lake, or whatever you're fishing. But me, I like a light action rod, 6.5 feet long. This so happens to be a Ducket Crappie Slayer. Great little rod for this. 8-pound test braid with a 6-pound test fluorocarbon leader is my favorite, no doubt. Now, in an underspin, I don't use a loop knot. I just tie direct. Sometimes I'll use a tri-lane knot, sometimes a Palomar knot, and sometimes a uni knot. All those knots are super strong. And as far as braid, fastening braid and fluorocarbon together, that connection right there, I'm always going to use a double uni knot. That's the quickest for me to tie, and I've never had any trouble with it. And that's about it. 2,000 size reel most of the time, sometimes a 2,500 size reel, and that's it. Hey, great little bait.
That's a good fish right here, folks. Good fish, good crappie. I moved on down right here. There's a lot of trees down in the water right here, a lot of cover. Y'all see that? That's a big black crappie. My. We'll have to get down here. I'm afraid to. No, he's hooked good. He's hooked real good. Woo, look at there. What a fish. Y'all see that? Now that, Ned, is a good one. Man, oh man, oh man. I've been catching a lot of fish with underspins. And the reason I've been fishing them so hard is I'm showing y'all, for those of y'all who's not fished with the underspins, how effective these baits can be for all sizes of crappie, but especially for the bigger fish. Let's let him go right here. Big old crappie. Y'all see that? Hey, let's see if there's another one out there. I bet they are. I bet they are. On it.
Well, good evening, folks. Yeah, that was the first fish of the evening. Let me get that out of my way right there. Didn't know if I'd catch them right here, but I had to try it from the bank. Bank fishing, well, if you find where them crappie are, you can catch them just the same as you can in a boat. In fact, if I had my rathers, I would rather catch them from the bank than the boat, because I have much better lure control, a lot better.
Let's get back down here on my rock right here. Whoops. That water's cold, folks. Let's get right here. Okay. Water's clear. Visibility is, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet. Now what I done is I made a cast right there, and I'm in an eddy. I let it sink about 4 or 5 feet deep, and I started back with just a steady retrieve, just enough for that blade to turn real slow. Just a steady wind. I get a lot of questions about these underspins, and I keep emphasizing the best retrieve is just a steady wind most of the time. You can yo-yo this bait sometimes. Let's watch him right here. He ain't hurt a bit. He just got to get orientated where he can get back out yonder with his buddies. Now right here is a situation where I can let it fall to 5 foot and just pick my rod up and kind of yo-yo it. Pick it up, let it fall, pick it up, let it fall. Now these crappie here in this river, a lot of times they'll get out in the current. Now that's not much of a current, that's still kind of an eddy right there. So you can throw it out in the current. They'll go out in the current a little bit. That's what I'm getting at. But for the most part, crappie will avoid the current. They'll get in the eddies. Right on there. Oh my goodness, I got bit right there. I got him that time though. I sure did. Missed him and I got him that time. That's a good one. That's a good fish right there. I love this kind of tackle right here. I thought he was a black nose for a minute, but no, he's just a big, good black crappie right there. Fat, healthy crappie. Look at there. You know, I've been chasing these little guys for years. To be quite honest, ever since I was a kid. These fish right here has done nothing but fascinate me through the years. And I cannot catch enough of them. Fascinating fish in a lot of different ways. Let's let him go. Early in the morning, well, late in the afternoon, oftentimes is the best times to catch crappie. I get a lot of questions about tackle, you know, 6-pound test braid and 4-pound test braid I have never had any luck with. Now I'm just talking about me. 8-pound braid, 8 and 10-pound test braid is more my speed. That's about as less as I'll use when it comes to braided line. I don't have any trouble with it. But you know, all fishermen are different. We're all different when it comes to tackle. Reels, rods, things of that nature. I'm not going to spend $300 or $400 for a rod. Yeah, I mean, there's no way in the world. I just don't see that it's feasible. It just ain't worth having to take an insurance policy out on a rod or a reel. There he is. There's another good one. And I mean by Ned, a good one. Not no little old scroot, folks. A good one. Of course, he could be 9 or 10 inches long. He'd be a good one to me. I love it. It was just a thump, no doubt about it, type strike. See how we got him hooked. Oh yeah, we can flip him too. All of them's been hooked. Quit. Real good. This is a size 6 hook, I believe, in this bait, and it's good enough. It's a good enough. Let's let him go right here. It's all about the tip action that you have. You want a limber rod with a limber forgiving tip. You know, there's a lot of big terminologies we could use, but it's not important. A limber rod, one that'll give. A crappie's got a soft mouth, real soft mouth. And if you don't have a limber forgiving rod, well, you liable to lose that fish. But there's several they're right in there, folks. Let's see if we can get bit. Just a slow, steady wind. And that just goes to show, if you catch a crappie, just repeat the cast. They could be a bunch of fish there for you to catch. There's one. It's a good one too. Another good one. Look at him out there in that current. That fish is in the current. They must be feeding on shad that I can't see, for them to be facing the current like that, waiting on shad. That's a beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Okay, let's check him out right there. I better lip him. I don't think he's hooked too good. No. Well, let's see what we can do here. There we go. Why, he was hooked good. He wouldn't have come off. No. It's a good fish. Another good one. My goodness. Let's let him go. That fella right there deserves it. He deserves it, folks. Go on back, big old thing. All right, folks, it appears like I have really moved these fish out of the area. I've caught a bunch of them right here quick. When you do that, when you catch them, release them back, they enter back into the school. After you catch a few, well, they split. That's what I believe. I mean, I've had that happen I don't know how many times. So, we're going to move. Let's see if we can catch another one. Whoa. Do you feel it? Whoa.
There's a water ski right here, just real quiet right here. Let's wave at that. He didn't wave at me for some reason. I don't know how he hit. Freezing to death. I don't know how, boy, done that.
Yeah. Look here. Boy, that'd be a good one. My goodness. That's just the right size for a good smallmouth. Or a big old spot. I knew I seen one. There could be several right here. Up under these little rocks. Huh. Just right there. In the winter time, if you can get them, this don't have anything to do with crappie, but if you can get them about this size, 2.5, 3 inches long, smallmouth and big spots will eat them up. No doubt. Let's let him go right there. See him? He's just feeding around. That water is cold, but it's not going to stop. You know, nature. I've heard fishermen say this a lot of times. Oh, it's too cold. Them fish ain't going to bite today. Why, that don't affect the fish, folks. It affects the fishermen a lot more. I guarantee you that. Let's see if we can catch one. This is a big eddy right here, but the deal is, I don't know if it's deep enough or if it's holding shad or what right here. We'll see. There's another crappie, and a good one. What about that? They're right by the bank right here. Golly bum. I'm gonna tell you, this is amazing. That's a big old fish right there too. That's a big crappie. My. I want y'all to look yonder. Bank fishing videos, when it comes to crappie, are requested on my channel probably more than any other thing. Probably. Or close to it. And, you know, you just have to get out here and walk these banks and look and fish for these crappie. Just get out here and walk the banks, take your time, obligate, if you got a day off, obligate the whole day, relax, hunt them up. Let's let him go. That's a big crappie right there. What makes him big is not so much his length. What makes him big is the thickness, the girth, and how thick his back was. Golly, y'all look at that. Y'all see it? See it? Let's get him. That's a big one. And it's got good old big painters on him. Look yonder. That's two good ones I've found right here. I thought this would be a good place to catch crawfish. Now that one right there, I pinch him. Don't do this. Let's see. He ain't quick enough to. Well, he might cut. Let's see. I want him to. Ooh, it hurt, wouldn't it, folks? Let's let him go. I'm gonna mess around here and get pinched. I've done that before and got. They'll wring the blood out of you, pinch the blood out of you on it. I really need me a little small jig. Real light, because there's more crappie. There's probably several more right there. Yeah, there's one. Another good one. Oh my. It's that spinner, folks. It's definitely that spinner. I'm fishing above them like I always do. They're seeing that little Indiana blade spinning. They're looking up and they're seeing that little blade right there. And they're just coming up and getting it. They can't stand it. Let's let him go. Big old things.
Well, folks, that was simply a lot of fun. In fact, it was so much fun, I'm going to go back and do it again. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Everything y'all do for this channel. Hey, whoa. Dog. Whoa. I'm talking about, whoa! And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.